Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Archbishop Timothy Dolan.
Praise be Jesus Christ, now and forever. Believe me, everybody, it is a joy, a real joy as Archbishop of New York to be with now my classmates, this class of 2011, for the glorious commencement exercises of the College of New Rochelle. It's a privilege to salute our graduates, their families and friends here in such impressive numbers, the trustees and benefactors, the tremendous daughters of St. Angela Merici and Mother Irene Gill, our beloved Ursuline sisters, and a first-class faculty at our 4 splendid schools and 6 campuses of the College of New Rochelle. And it is a singular honor to unite with all of you in recognizing the renowned service that your retiring president, Dr. Stephen Sweeney, has rendered the College of New Rochelle and the sacred enterprise of Catholic education throughout this country. Dr. Sweeney, congratulations to you. So everybody, thank you. Thank you very much for such a cherished invitation. As you might imagine, folks, I do this quite a bit, these commencement exercises at this beautiful time of the year. One of the few advantages of being an archbishop is that I usually get a pretty good seat. And at these graduations, I particularly savor that vantage point so I can look out at all of you. Now, graduates, when your name is announced and when you stand and approach Dr. Sweeney, just for those few seconds, from this great box seat that I have, I look not only at you, but then I scan the crowd, see? And I only wish that you graduates would then have my vantage point, because I only wish what you could see then, what I can see. I only wish you graduates could see the radiant smile, the beaming face, the tear of joy in the eye, the lump in the throat of a lot of people out there. Maybe moms and dads, maybe your kids, maybe grandparents, aunts and uncles, brothers and sisters, spouses and loyal friends who love you so very, very much. And on this your graduation day, that's my wish for you. I can only hope that you realize how very much you are loved. And now, as alumni of a Catholic college, I can only hope that you realize how passionately, personally, powerfully, and perpetually you're also loved by Almighty God. As a young priest, a parish priest back in my hometown of St. Louis, I was once taking a walk after supper through the neighborhood behind the church, and a man was coming towards me whom I immediately recognized as one of the more prominent and prestigious psychiatrists in the St. Louis area. And as he came toward me, he introduced himself. He said, "Aren't you that new priest down the street?" And I said, "Yes, I am." And he introduced himself, and I said, "Doctor, I well recognize you. I admire you very much." And he says to me, "You know, Father, I'm not a Catholic. I'm not even a member of any church. In fact," he said, "I don't really know if I'm a believer. But I've heard something about your faith that I want to ask you about. I've heard that the fundamental teaching of your religion is that God loves us, and that love of God is personal, passionate, powerful, and perpetual." Those are the words he used. And he said, "I've heard that this love of God is unconditional. It's unearned. It's unmerited. This love of God, I've heard, is the most powerful force in creation." And he halted and he looked at me and he said, "Is this true? Is this what your church teaches?" And I looked back at him and I said, "Doctor, you bet your life it is." And then he paused some more. And in a remark that I will never forget, he says, "Well, you know, if that message ever gets out there, if that message catches on, I think I'll be out of work." Because he says almost all, not all, but almost all of the troubled people I deal with as a psychiatrist believe that they are unloved and that they are unlovable. So he said, "Do me a favor, will you keep preaching that good news?" Graduates, that's what I say to you now. You are so very loved. Yeah, by family and friends who will soon stand on tippy toes and flash bulbs away as you receive your diploma. But you are especially loved, personally, passionately, powerfully, perpetually by God. As the beloved disciple, St. John tells us, is recorded in the Bible, God is love. And God's love for us was revealed when God sent into the world his only Son so that we could have life through him. This is the love I mean, St. John says, not just our love for God, but God's love for us. Beloved graduates, congratulations. Thanks for letting me be part of your grand day. And thanks for the gift of an honorary degree. I'm still paying tuition for the one that I got 20 years ago. Just realize, please, graduates, how deeply you are loved. Recognize, please, that really there's one more person in this center today with a tear in his eyes, a lump in his throat, a smile on his face, as he, with your family and friends, watches you cross the stage and get your diploma. And that's the Lord, whose love for you is personal, passionate, powerful, and perpetual. Congratulations. All right.